Hello, welcome to IOCODES. This is the complete beginner series in Java. And yes, if you are just joining us for the first time, it's not too late. I want you to subscribe to this channel, turn on that notification bell, and also give this video a thumbs up so that whenever I upload a new video, you always get notified. That's for the notification bell. Now, in this video, we'll be looking at increment and decrement operators. Now, increment and decrement operators, just as the name has implied, is operators that increment a value, and they are known as incrementing operators. And then we have another type of operator that decrements values, and these values are known as decrementing operators. Now we'll be looking at a couple of these operators, and through the process of this series we'll be looking at other ways to increment and decrement values. Now one of such operator is the plus plus. Now we are going to be looking at the plus plus for a start. So I'll define a variable of type int. So that should be int, and I'll give it number, and I'll initialize and give the value of 0. So number has a value of 0, and I'll print number. The first value of number is pretty much just a number, and yes, this statement is going to print out the value of number. Now I want to just copy this print line statement, Control C, and before I paste it, I will increment the value of number by saying number plus plus and my semicolon, and I will paste it down here again. So the first value of number will be printed out, and yeah, I'll just have to change it from first to second. And you see how the incrementing operator works. So I'll run the program. It's building up, just give it some time. And yes, you can see the first value of number is 0, and the second value of number is 1. So this right here, this simple plus plus that was added to the variable name number, has simply increased the value that will store the number. So this can also be applied to character as well. Let's take an example, because in the primitive data type character also just act like integer types. So we're looking at character now and how we can increment characters. So I'll do it character, and I'll call it letter, equals to character A, and I'll include my semicolon. Then I want to print out the character. I'll say before incrementing the character, it has the value of plus letter. Now I'm going to increment the value of the character letter, so I'll do letter plus plus and semicolon. And yes, let me just copy this simple line statement like I did earlier, and yes, I'll paste it here. But then instead of before, we are going to do after. So I'll run this program again, but before then let me comment the whole of this stuff at the top. So it's just going to print out the last two print statements. Oh, my bad, I commented my main method. I'll uncomment that. Now run the program. So we have, before incrementing a character, it has a value of A, and after incrementing the character, it has a value of B. That's to just show you that character also acts more like integers, after the letter A in the alphabet series, we have B coming immediately. Now we've seen how to increment using the plus plus operator coming after the name of the variable. However, we can also increment variables. We can increment the values of variables by including the plus plus symbol before the name of the variable. So I'll uncomment the whole of this stuff. Okay. Now instead of this plus plus coming after the name of the variable, I'm going to move it right to before the variable name. Yeah, the same applies for this also. Just move it right here, and I'm going to run this program this time around. And as you can see, we also have the same answer. So this is known as pre-incremental, and the other one is known as post increment. So this is the ways we can increment values. So we can also do something like plus equal to. We'll be looking at that in another video, or we'll be working with follows in the future. Now we've seen how to increment a value in two ways in our program: the post increment and the pre increment operators. Now the post increment, we saw it at first, and the pre increment, we saw it lastly, which is what we have right here. And the post increment, you just specify the name of the variable and then you include the plus plus symbol. Now let us look at decrementing operators. So just as you've guessed already, I believe, the decrementing operator also more like take the same form, just like we have with the incrementing operator. We have the pre-decrement and the post-decrement also. So for that, all we have to do is just change this plus plus sign and replace with two negative symbol. And I'll do the same right here. And let me just change this one to letter B for the sake of simplicity. Though I'm also going to get a value printed out, but just for the sake of simplicity, I just want to change it to letter B. So the first value of number is okay, it's going to print out. Now before incrementing, I'm going to change this right to decrementing, and the same for this one. And I'll run the program. So we have the first value of number is 0, and the second value of number is 1 after decrementing. And for the character, before decrementing the character, it has a value of B, and after decrementing, before decrementing the character, it has a value of B, and after decrementing the character, it has a value of A. So this is how increment and decrement operator work. We saw the different two types of incrementing operator, the different two ways to increment values, which is the post increment and the pre increment. Now we've seen the pre decrement. I just want you to take it as a tax upon yourself. It's just simple stuff. Just use the post increment, and in the future we'll look at other ways to increase the value of a variable. Thanks for watching, and yeah, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so. Yeah, we are pretty much in the series, and peace out, and I'll catch you in the next one.